Okay, so unfortunately, we have to start another episode like this today.
Mm.
On a very sad note, um, the basis of this podcast was birthed out of our equal love of wrestling, and it's only right that we acknowledge a legend. Rest in peace to Soul Man Rocky Johnson. This one kind of hurt, man. This one really hurt.
Yeah, because notably, the Soul Man was one of the first African Americans to win the championship gold, along with Tony Atlas, and he's a pioneer for black wrestlers, and even to this day, it's with his trailblazing that paves the way for your Kofi Kingstons or Sasha Banks or your, Big E's and Xavier Woods, your, your Apollo Crews even. You know what I'm saying?
Velveteen Dream.
Your Velveteen Dreams, exactly.
Cedric Alexander's and so on and so forth.
Exactly. So if not for the likes of him, Tony Atlas, fucking Farouk,
Ron Simmons.
Goddamn, I'm not 100% sure if Bobo Brazil won a championship before. But it's been a very scarce amount of black champions in the last century, and the Soul Man was within that small handful. So we, as not only black wrestlers but black wrestling fans, kind of owe it to him. So, with that being said, we'll give what's owed to us. A moment of silence for him. Rest in peace, Soul Man. Live via satellite. It is Gorilla Game Podcast. I am your empathetic yet foul-mouthed half of this show, Gaithersburg's favorite son, young Jiggy Stardust. Wait. Jiggy Starburst. Charles Crawford, a.k.a. Chip Music Charlie. I don't know why Canada hates me. Is it the Montreal Screwjob or the fact that I filed a Canadian flag with my nose? But I love Canada. A.k.a. Thick Flair. If you're a 180-pound candle shop cashier, sit down and shut up. A.k.a. Snack Miller. Okay, coolest fall weather. Fuck the bullshit. I'm here to make it all better with a little music for you. I don't do enough for you. Without you, it's the color blue. Ooh, don't trip. A.k.a. Gelato Brown.
Wait, is that one of the songs off the new album?
Indeed it is. Also, side note, as we're recording, happy birthday, Matt. Rest in peace. A.k.a. Gelato Brown. My first comeback win, nuggets of many strains were tossed onto the field. It was a hell of a night at Carnegie Hall. The Rat Pack were there. Dorothy Dandridge, Lena Horne, Marilyn Monroe. Johnny Carson was up on stage telling jokes. He was so high.
How high was he?
So high that he started performing right in the middle of the Rat Pack's set. Like they were the soundtrack. It was the damnedest thing.
Oh, wow. Okay.
A.k.a. Haystack West. Fucking anarchist. Vincenzo Coppola. Motherfucker ain't even American. But it ain't stopping him from getting his country to revolutionize. Again. Hey, where's Rooster? He'd like this one. Rooster would shoot him on sight. Our father's unhinged. We actually need him alive. No questions asked. Well, That answers my follow-up question. Next question. Because he's one of the 6 representatives of the World Continental Party of Government Regulation, and having them apprehended will give the U.S. an upper hand in shutting down the entire order. And another follow-up answer. Okay, Moose, you heard the jackass. We got a 3. He has a crew, mainly 3 of them, including Coppola, and they have a small base with henchmen. Oh, and also he was an Italian sharpshooter for their army. And why the fuck did I agree to this again? All right, okay. God damn. Come on, Moose. Let's go figure out how we're going to pull this one out of our asses. And I guess while you're at it, you can go ahead and introduce yourself to these people.
You're always against this travel. But, you know, I guess I'll give it a shot. My name is Kenneth Whitaker, a.k.a. Hendrick Soul, the original owner of the Millennium Falcon. Watch me fly this vessel all the way to one side of the galaxy. All the way to the next. That's what I do.
That's right.
Know how I get down. Hey, the last Black Jedi. Do it, do not. There is no try. Like, you try me, I'm going to show my man the true meaning of a kick party.
Is it sweet?
Yes.
Surprise guest. So it's about. AKA the Black Hot Rod. You do not throw rocks at a man who's got a machine gun. You already know what's going on. I don't even have to instruct you what to do. You just know what to do.
My bagpipes are rusty.
Oh my goodness. Look what I've got under me cute. Oh my goodness. Hey, I can never get tired of that. Hey, not your man, I'm a savage. Oh yes, everyone wants to know what's on the Not Your Man's agenda. But I'll tell you what's on the Not Your Man's agenda. Making sure the Not Your Man has a plan of escape. Yeah. He always has to have a plan of escape because the Not Your Man isn't good in closed spaces. Closed spaces do something to the Not Your Man. Get a little claustrophobic there, you know what I mean? I can't be in one tight situation too long because I have to find my way out. Yeah. Do what you have to do. But there's one thing that the Not Your Man knows how to do, and that's how to keep a thigh of his house. Yeah. The house, you already know what's going down. My foot against her ass is grass. Oh, yeah.
You scared the shit out of me for a second. I thought the call dropped again.
Really?
That moment you froze, I was like, no.
Hey, bro, that is not, well, the Niners just scored again. It's now 26-9. Like, they just smiling. Mike Shanahan is smiling. Like, he's laughing. That's ridiculous.
Son, the Chiefs really might win the Super Bowl.
The Packers giving up the ghost. Lord. You love to see it. AKA it's the Ghost Slick Vodka. Oh, I forgot to tell you. My mom said you had a TV in the basement. Shut the fuck up, man. He's going to hear you. Just be quiet. Wait till he goes away. You still haven't turned the room yet? Fool. Shut the fuck up. And take off that vest. You look like Aladdin.
Yep, still the same effect. So they dog Fogel throughout the entire movie, dog. Like,
bro, they treated Fogel so bad. Like,
and all he tried to do was help these motherfuckers. Like, they're so ungrateful.
They don't care, bro.
The older we get, the more I realize that Fogel had the vision, dog.
Wow. aka the very sexual, the very tight.
Very tight, yes.
Austin Powers, Faja.
Wait, is Faja?
Dad is Faja.
Oh.
I hate you. I hate you. I wish I was never unofficially created in a lab.
How he ran off.
Yeah, he ran off. Railing his arms.
Oh my God,
no! Oh gosh. Classic. AKA this black man. Yeah. Now that everybody's got a firm understanding of what it's like to recycle shows since AEW recycled WCW's Bash at the Beach on third Wednesday night, I know you saw it. You people are going to fully understand that I am totally in control of everything, and I've been recycling stuff since the 70s, and just because you may not agree with my methods, you they always gonna to come right back and put more money into me, Vincent Kennedy Black Man's hands, even though I can give every single wrestler in the locker room roids, including the immortal one himself.
Yo!
Say his name. We already know who it is. Don't you worry, Paul. I didn't take yours. They're still stashed inside of the drawer. Where, Carlos?
That's where. That's where.
Tell them where the roids are, Carlos.
Oh my God. In your office.
In my office. We are back.
He had to stop right there. He had nothing to follow up with that. That's where it stops. It comes to a screeching halt, that AKA.
In my office, yeah, it's an office. Roy's in the office, and you got to go get him.
Oh
what,
my
man?
God.
We know that it was Roy's involved. Okay, he got sued for it. He got sued for the roids, man. We know we got them. Okay, we know they're around still. They're still formulating. They're still working.
Oh my God! Wow.
Speaking of Hogan and roids, did you see like a recent picture Hogan posted?
Oh my God!
So he's so up in arms about. He's so up in arms about the roids, he can't focus.
He's fucking old. What do you expect, dude? Like,
I'm saying, you can see what the roids have done to his body. Like, without him working out, his arm is like super, super flabby and nasty. It's got like little like clumps and stuff. It's just nasty.
it's pretty gross.
Don't you know how like you scoop up mashed potatoes and you put them in it and it's just like a big clump and clump and clump? It's like that.
Yuck. So his arms like tomatoes.
And he had like surgery, so he couldn't work out. So it made it even more like old, flabbier, and crumpled.
So man, but that's atrophy. Like half of that's atrophy. I'll give it to you. A lot of it is steroids, maybe, allegedly. But
ain't no allegedly. He sued him for it.
I can do that too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
obviously, he was encouraged by Vince to take those roids. Okay.
God damn it, I can flex too. Look at that.
Oh, you talking about me? Oh,
yeah.
I mean, I just have
no definition of arms.
I just have to look up in the camera, and I look like really cut right now.
I have no definition of my arms. I lift shit for you have more definition in your arms than I do.
You said you're livid that I have more definition in my arms?
I said I lift shit for a living, and you have more definition in your arms than I do.
Oh, well, I also was a football player, so you know what I'm saying. Definition, when it's cut like that, it doesn't go away.
I was a Sandlot football player. That's about it.
That's not the same. I bench pressed and stuff.
I'll tell you what.
Look at my arm.
My sophomore year of high school, like my freshman year, I was ineligible to play because I failed my physical. Don't ask me how. I just did. However, my
Yeah.
10th grade year, I came into practice. I saw what was going on, and I was like, nope. So,
that's right. That's right. Look at those arms.
So I just stuck to, playing with the football players outside of school. You know what I'm saying?
No, welcome to the gun show.
I could actually run with these motherfuckers on a sandlot football field in a makeshift pickup game, not during a sanctioned high school game where there's other competition. People I don't know.
It's no better
exactly
pads on.
Then the additional padding. I'm already slow, Kenny.
Well, that just means you be a defensive tackle. It's okay. Run stuff.
You know what? Here's the thing, right? I enjoy playing defensive tackle. I fucking hate playing offensive tackle or offensive line. Period.
Block him, big boy. Block him.
Yeah, that's the issue. I can't block. Okay, like I know how to block. I am just incapable of blocking effectively. You know what I mean? However, people assume, due to my stature, I'm an excellent blocker. And boy, do they find out the hard way.
All you have to do is block and just don't let them get past you.
You say that like it's easy. It's not easy.
It is. If you
honestly,
tall enough, your arms are long enough, just keep them away.
Honestly, you're better off putting me behind center than at center.
No.
Because I can put a pass where it needs to be. I can't put a defensive lineman on his ass.
Disrespectful.
You see what I mean?
Man. So I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't watched Raw in about a couple months.
I'm being honest with you. Since we moved recording to Fridays, well, usually, I haven't watched SmackDown.
Listen, I feel like I don't have to watch all of Raw to know what's going on. I feel like I can jump in like tomorrow and know exactly what's happening.
For the most part, yeah, because they haven't really done, they haven't really progressed any storylines, or they haven't kicked off any new ones per se. We know that Brock Lesnar started number 1 at the Royal Rumble. We know that Braun Strowman is quietly barking towards the Intercontinental Championship. We know that this Lashley and Rusev angle is still dragging on. We know that God, dadgummit. Who is Raw's Women's Champion again?
Becky. Ain't she still there?
Right. Becky versus Asuka at Royal Rumble for the championship.
Oh, they gave Asuka a title shot?
They're finally giving Asuka another title shot.
They let Becky hold the belt for a year? Wow.
Yeah, you know what? I honestly think that this is where Becky drops it. There's been a hell of a run for the man. She has nothing to be ashamed about. She not revolutionized. She added prestige to that championship belt.
Yeah, she's had it for a little while.
Exactly. She's had it for a while, and it was a solid championship run. It was nothing boring. So, yeah, it could be about that time. And who else better than Asuka?
Nobody right now. Is Bayley still SmackDown Women's Champ?
Bayley's still SmackDown Women's Champion.
Okay. Means the Geeks are still strong.
I mean, and that's another championship run that's still going strong. Bayley's a solid too, because Bayley's now at the point where she's taking heel tactics to remain champion every once in a while. However, she's still mixing it up with actually whooping ass when she actually defends the championship. it all varies depending on the type of superstar she's fighting for the championship. And that's what I really like about Bayley's run, for real, because she picks and chooses who to do heel tactics against. Like, she's very smart in picking and choosing who she may or may not need extra reassurance from. Because there are matches where she can beat somebody straight up, and then there are matches where she's like, I may got to knock the ref out real quick, or something of the sort. So I like Bayley's title run right now, but the question is, who takes it from her? I don't think they have anybody. They push
Sasha Banks.
Everybody wants that Bayley versus Sasha Banks rivalry. I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon.
I mean, I said that the Geeks are still strong, but, you know, the run is strong, too.
You know what, man?
Okay. AEW, John Moxley.
Yes, sir.
John Moxley pulls the wool over our eyes. Potentially joining Inner Circle. Hits him with a paradigm shift next week. Comes out fighting Pac, whatever, Pac. Never.
Pac,
whatever. Comes out Inner Circle. Jericho stabs him with a spike to the eye. Comes back. Says nothing's going to stop me from winning the number one contendership. Bro, I haven't watched AEW in a couple weeks either. That's how busy I've been. And I love AEW. They got extended for 3 years, and they're getting another show.
They're getting a secondary show. They're getting a B show.
They're getting a B show.
Ooh. I wonder what day they're going to do it. Thursdays.
I wonder what they probably will do. What, Wednesday, Thursday, 2 back-to-back days. Maybe they put one on. Maybe they put one on Tuesday. They compete with WWE backstage.
I mean, at this point, they are going to compete with WWE every day of the week aside from Thursday.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they got AEW After Dark too on YouTube.
Ooh.
They're covering it. Yeah, they show all the dark matches on YouTube.
It's like they're trying to cover the board a different way, but I mean, WWE. Well, with WWE moving NXT to USA, it forces them to compete with WWE in some kind of way. So now we're getting, them firing shots at WWE in their production. So it's like, yeah, whatever.
I mean, that's going to happen.
Right. At some point, you're going to have to compete with WWE because WWE is the big fish. Like they're the whale in a small pond. So you have no choice but to compete with WWE because not only that, this man will try to take over your company. So you have no choice but to compete with WWE one way or another. One way or another, anytime you put up TV production, pay-per-views, anything of the like that can pose a threat to the WWE, this man got to shut that shit down. That's why WCW is no more.
Listen, Tony Khan not letting that happen. The one thing I like about Tony Khan is he listens to the fans. So if them AEW fans ask for something, they can get it.
Yeah, I mean, they know how to keep the fans happy. That's cool and all. But here's the thing. Here's how WWE works. They don't give the fans what they want. They give the fans what they need. And it's something that disappoints us often, but the shit ends up turning into gold somehow or some way. Because they take angles that they recept it as trash and they spin that angle into something gold. I'm trying to give you a solid example of this because there has
AEW's been giving us gold and it stays gold.
I mean,
like Adam Hangman Page. Is he with the elite? Is he not with the elite thing? Nice. And I seen somebody say that Hangman Page can't wrestle. Somebody is blind.
Oh, wow.
But y'all, he said he's like the least talented wrestler on the roster. Like, yeah.
All right, that take is scorching. All right, they're wilding off that. Hangman Page is at work. Understood.
And then somebody said Kenny Omega was bad too. I'm like, God.
Well, my just hate on Kenny Omega. Period. That's just what it is. And you know what? I don't understand how, because that motherfucker can put on an exciting match.
You know what? I really wish that I could have seen more of Kenny Omega's independent stuff because I just didn't have like really access to it. Because I'm not on YouTube, all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, I've seen mostly like highlights, but the two matches that sold me on Kenny Omega, I forget which Wrestle Kingdoms they were, but they were in recent years. Omega versus Jericho.
I'm gonna say Alpha versus Omega, yeah.
And Omega versus Okada. Buddy, that's another one.
If you weren't hip to that,
Okada.
That Omega versus Moxley joint was great too.
You
that unsanctioned match, that Omega versus Moxley joint.
I didn't see it, but I can assume.
Yeah, that joint, that's classic. So, speaking of that, I think Moxley might be one of the hottest faces in business right now.
Because the AEW knows what to do with him. That's why. Here's the thing. WWE, well, I've said this before in past episodes. Half the time, WWE don't necessarily know what to do with their talent. So it leaves them in a limbo, which, for the most part, frustrates them. And WWE expects them to stick around for a certain amount of time before finally getting to them and getting to their push. And it's like, sometimes it doesn't have to be that way. You can let the momentum slowly build up. You know what I'm saying? And they don't do that with a lot of superstars. You can take a superstar and popularize them. You've done it before. Like, you just have to do it the right way. You can't shove it down the fans' throats like you did with Roman Reigns. That's a definite no-no.
And you see what he had now, mid-card purgatory.
Exactly. So the mid-card is his yard. So with that being said, how they should, well, may I suggest, you take this Tommy Dreamer route with one of your superstars. One of the, like, or actually, now that I think about it, they did that shit with Kurt Hawkins, and it wasn't widely receptive for real.
I mean, but Kurt Hawkins.
This is also true. However,
what star power is Kurt Hawkins?
What they also could do is little, because that's another thing. They kind of blow their load too quick when it comes to momentum building. They usually try to build a superstar's momentum by a pay-per-view. In which you don't have to do that. You don't have to rush it. You can have them lose 1 week and then win the next 2 weeks, then lose the week after that, win 2 the next week, and then they lose after that. They win 3 the next week, to the point where you get in the crowd, the audience and fans invested in that character, to the point where you're like, all right. He loses, every once in a while, but I want to see him win. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's how you
that's what
generally, not intricately, you generally get the crowd on, the character side. However, on the other side of that fence, that character also gotta be charismatic. You can't just have like a personality of a Rock be. No, not the Rock, of a Rock. Be try to get a push. Like you gotta have personality. That's why Roman Reigns wasn't well receptive, because he's
boring,
dull. He just has a dull demeanor, and I commend him for starting to try to ease into his easygoing demeanor, because that's what it is for real. He is very relaxed in demeanor. So it's like he just sounds dull. But once he gets that relaxed, easygoing charisma into his mic work, that's when you're going to get, a very sly Roman Reigns. And I can't wait for that. Because I wholeheartedly believe that Roman Reigns has the wit. He just needs to, find that wit.
I don't know how long I've been gone from Raw wrestling, but the fact that you're believing in Roman Reigns disappoints me.
I mean, I don't believe in him. I'm just saying, these are ways to get me to believe in him.
And that's what I'm saying. There is no way to make me believe in him. I booed him before they said he had cancer. I booed him when they said he had cancer. I booed him after his cancer. I care nothing about any of that. You step in doing the same stuff, you get booed.
Is I was booing him while he had cancer?
I booed him when he said he's in remission. When everybody was cheering,
you hell.
when everybody was cheering about him being in remission, I said, "Boo! Go away! We don't want you back here." But no, all jokes aside, that's what AEW is doing with Darby Allin. Well, and Sammy Guevara. Darby Allin is becoming a mega star.
Because Darby Allin can take a bump. Son, anytime I've watched the Darby Allin match, I've looked at half of it, but this motherfucker should be dead by standards. And yet he kicks out of pins? What? I'm sorry?
Yep.
I watch, especially when he does the coffee dive. Oh my God, that's such a dangerous move.
Mm-hmm. He does.
That is a dangerous move, because you don't necessarily know where you're gonna land. You can only assume where you're gonna land. And then from a kayfabe point of view, you can only assume that you're gonna land on your opponent. However, they could always move out of the way, and you will never be the wiser until you kind of look over before you land and see that he's right there. And before you can get that oh shit off, bang! You landed from the turnbuckle onto the ring apron, fucking your entire spinal cord up. Now you're just on the side of the ring writhing in pain. And he survives that shit. I'd be done after that. Call the match.
Yep. They built so many stars. With Chris Statlander, she's a beast.
I haven't seen. My thing is, I watch NXT, assuming that you would keep me up with AEW, but neither one of us have been on our wrestling shit lately.
Yeah, we have. It's okay.
Well, I have.
I mean, I've been watching the highlights of AEW, but see, I'll probably binge a little bit AEW because I record them, so I'm probably gonna binge them up and be caught up to speed. But and I'll probably do the same thing for Raw. But
however,
I still record them, so
NXT's been pretty dope. Like the women's division has hit the reset button since Takeover.
It's only been a couple months since the Takeover.
I know. I mean,
I'm pretty sure that was long overdue. But
War Games was literally at the end of the year. Because matter of fact, I even tell you how it's been, why we just hit the reset button recently in the last 2 weeks. You had NXT TakeOver War Games. Then at the War Games, they had their live from not live, their Barclays Center tape recording. Then they had their like award ceremony along with the beginning. The award ceremony, and they just the week after started hit the reset button on the women's division.
May I suggest a Hall of Fame version, a Hall of Fame spot for NXT legends, people that have been in NXT forever, like Tyler Breeze?
No.
He needs to be in the NXT Hall of Fame.
We gotta remember, NXT is still supposed to be the D League, but now they're just proving that they're as good as the main roster.
They need an NXT version of Hall of Fame because a lot of people from NXT come to their roster to be trash.
Okay, however, the WWE Hall of Fame covers every aspect of WWE, and that includes NXT. The most we're getting out of NXT, Kenny, would be a Ring of Honor. Okay?
Bobby Roode. Greater NXT, trash on the main roster.
Yeah, well, that's half of the main roster. Take it or leave it. It all goes back to how they utilize their talent.
Bring back Eva Marie.
Please, for the love of all things holy, do not do that.
Hey, what if Eva Marie go to AEW and actually be good at taking bumps and wrestling?
Hey, nah, that would fuck me all up.
She's gonna change the name from Eva Marie to like.
That would blow my mind. My head would explode. Let me find out Eva Marie comes back to wrestling as an AEW talent, and she's like doing all types of hurricanranas and shit, nailing it, like no botches, no nothing.
What if she come back as Ava? She gonna come back as Ava Reviver or something, like something that symbolizes a revival of her career.
And she like has like
she's a blonde now. She's not gonna come out in red or blonde. She's just gonna be like black hair with black
all black everything. She's gonna be gothic.
All black everything with face paint.
This just could. She come through with the Doc Martens on like Paige and shit.
Her finisher gonna be called Black Resurrection.
she got the wild ripped up leather pants with the metal chain, wallet chain and shit.
She got spiked boots.
She got the Shotzi Blackheart leather jacket on and shit.
She come out with like a black do-rag, a black bandana over her neck.
Go ahead, Joe. Nah, that joint over her left knee.
She got a bandana in her left pocket. All black.
Hey, go fucking ahead, dog.
They steal the NWO Wolfpack song for her.
Stop it. Nah. Bitch, they would never.
you got a version of the Wolfpack song, and it's gonna be like bing ding, ding ding, bing.
Nah, she was honestly, dog. Eva Marie was just too like, what's the word I'm looking for? Dainty for the business. All she wanted was just that exposure to launch her modeling career. She wasn't really.
And she trying to wrestle. Where is Naomi at?
Good question. I thought, or she's not injured?
I don't know. Either she injured or she pregnant. Yeah, that's the only time a woman gone this long, bro.
What you trying to say, Kevin?
Jay ain't been there either.
Yeah.
He just came back.
Yeah. Those were valid DUI cases. That's why.
Yeah,
they had cases to beat. I'll take the charge, Your Honor.
Cases to beat and boxes.
Oh, shit. That's not nice. That's not funny, Kenny.
You said it. You did it.
Yeah, but you thought it in. It doesn't matter what you think. So
I didn't think it at all.
Yeah, you did.
The Packers scored on the previous drive. It's 27-7. 8 minutes and 40 seconds left in the third.
Oh yeah, this game is over. You know what? I say that now, and next thing you know, by the end of this episode, you're gonna give me a live update with like 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and the Packers only trailing by 7. I'm just gonna be trying to figure out what the fuck happened. It was just in complete utter confusion. Like I thought San Francisco had it. Like it was in the bag. God damn it, Richard Sherman. This is all your fault. I don't know how. It just is.
When you try with a sorry receiver like Devontae Adams, that's what it's thought you gonna get.
Hey son, if Devontae Adams starts embarrassing Richard Sherman, I don't know what to believe anymore. Like up isn't down. Like is red blue now? I don't know. I don't know.
He had a couple big ones on him.
That might further convince me, actually, that maybe the world ended in 2012 and we're just like living in a time glitch paradox.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm the best corner in the game.
Every time has progressed faster yet slower. Somehow, some way. Global warming is rampant.
Oh my God.
A reality star is a president. Just a mess. It's an absolute mess.
That's what's happening now.
Exactly. I feel like 2012 ended, and you know we're in a time paradox right now. Like this all is real and not real all at once. You know what? There was a Jim Carrey article about that.
Jim Carrey's crazy.
Hey, but here's the thing. It's like it sounds crazy, but it sounds plausible.
Don't fall for that. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Nah, man, like it's like crazy. I just find that like his philosophy is a little bit. It's odd. It's eccentric. You think on the surface, you're like, yeah, this motherfucker has lost his mind. But then you actually sit and think about it. You're like, damn, this is really like an existential like question or like a existential paradox he's speaking of. Like it's maybe we are just like avatars of us.
Shut up. He's crazy. Man. So Pat Mahomes is going to Pat Mahomes has made it to the Super Bowl.
Hey, son, I saw the funniest shit on Twitter earlier today, right?
What did you see on Twitter?
Somebody was like, it still trips me out that there are locker rooms and strip clubs.
Really?
It was like, hold on, I'm about to tweet. Because I favorite that shit. That shit had me crying, bro. Yeah, here it is.
Lord.
Likes.
Oh, you just don't know when the line is the line, huh?
No, not at all. Yeah, where'd it go? I thought I favorited that joke.
He didn't even favor it. We're like waiting in anticipation for the tweet, and he doesn't even have it.
Hey, dog, I swear it's funny, dog. That's why it's worth it. Because, like, I was howling laughing. At any rate, basically the point was, it's like, no, what if they gotta go to, like, another strip club in another city?
Lord have mercy. I don't have time.
doing a tough stretch, tough away stretch. Yeah, they got strippers on a Midwest swing.
Man, are we missing anything from wrestling? What are we forgetting?
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. We're not.
Oh God. Well, we're 44
really
minutes in,
and
we're out of wrestling. So
I mean,
wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did you see what Connor did to Cowboy Cerrone last night?
Nah, I heard that it lasted all of 40 seconds.
Yo, so they come out, they exchange a couple jabs or whatever. McGregor gives Cerrone a mean knee to the chin. Wakes Cerrone up a little bit, like, whoa, wait a minute.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Cerrone collects himself.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Cerrone collects himself, comes back in. Connor, boom, head kick to the Scully.
No.
Rock Cerrone up. He stumbles back, proceeds to let these hands fly. Bang, 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 bang.
No.
Ref comes in like okay. Ref comes in, okay, that's enough. I got to put an end to this.
No. Oh, I found it. So it says strip clubs having locker rooms always been funny to me. What if they had to go on the road and gut one out in a tough environment?
Wow.
So I said, you a stripper going away to ATL? That's like Death Valley at night. Imagine strippers giving post-game interviews after a long shift on the pole. Strippers missing games for load management. And somebody's like, can they perform in different weather conditions? Can they go on the road to Green Bay in the middle of January and perform like they perform in Houston in May? I need answers. I need answers, dog.
Nigga said strippers missing games due to load management. I cannot. Cinnamon is taking the night off today. Load management.
They got the ESPN reports.
Breaking news coming out of Magic City. Cinnamon.
Pieces of King of Diamonds is questionable tonight.
Starting in her place will be Latrika.
Peaches will be questionable tonight due to a yeast infection. Okay. Maybe we went too far. Maybe we went too far. All right. Oh, wow. Oh, man. How did they score a stripper move? Like,
Sir.
7 points for a helicopter.
Sir. Sir.
12 to pop in on a handstand. And Diamond is having a career night, ladies and gentlemen.
And Diamond has set a career high in splits.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a King of Diamonds record.
10 splits, 10 splits, 11 helicopters, 14 handstands. and 3 tilt-a-whirls.
They got a motherfucking ring of honor around the building.
Ladies and gentlemen, Magic City, let's introduce you its first inductee into the Magic City Stripper Hall of Fame, Peaches.
Peaches the bartender now.
Peaches
is like the mother head to all the other strippers.
Peaches a 20-time All-Star.
Oh my God.
20-time All-Star, 11-time Magic City champion.
You got fans from all over the country coming through and to get autographs on Peaches and shit.
They all got their Peaches jersey on, like that was my bitch.
Oh man, I'll never forget that one night you did that club in San Diego, Peaches.
Man, I remember back in January 10, 2011, when you had your first 40 helicopter night. It was, and we knew we were watching history.
Peaches got trading cards and shit.
Yeah, limited edition trading cards. Autographed by her, and it's holographic.
Ew.
Peaches get on to do their acceptance speech. First, I want to thank God for such a tremendous honor, for allowing me to be the stripper that He made me be.
Forgive me this gift.
For giving me this gift and this talent. I'm just a small girl from Western Virginia,
Hell.
where we rode horses in the summertime
Oh my God. That's how I learned to do splits so easily.
and pole danced in the winter. A split was natural to me. It didn't take a lot of work.
Oh my God. We got MVP awards at the end of the year.
Game ball goes to Peaches.
The game ball ain't gonna forget. The game
Speaking
panties.
the game panties. Oh my God. The game ATM card goes to
Oh no.
the pack.
Oh.
The 49ers just scored again. It's 34-7 now.
Lap dancer of the year. No, I ain't go to the Adam War show.
How they got their own FCs? Because strip clubs all over the country.
They got like a little memorial.
KOG.
They got a little in memoriam and shit.
In memoriam for the strippers we lost. Ruby. Sapphire.
She broke her neck trying to pop it on the handstand. It was
delicious.
Damn.
Sweet loaf.
Delicious got ran on the way to the club. She gave her all. She died at the top of her club.
Vita.
They go to fuck it, Joe. And then like, they got a little slow motion jokes, and they're doing their signature moves on the moment. They got a somber music.
I miss you every step I take.
Hey, yo.
Every move I make. Got the video of I'll Be Missing You with Faith Evans and Puff Daddy, and one of them going like this in the video.
Wow, this got dark fast.
I'll be missing. It's kind of hard with you not around. No, you in heaven, smiling down. Watching us while we pray for you.
What do they call a triple double in the strip club community?
A triple stack.
Oh. Okay.
A triple double in the strip club. A triple surcharge. Triple surcharge, triple shot.
I like to think if you get
triple nipple.
I like to think if you get more than $20 in ones, of course. Not only on the pole, but in lap dances and private sessions. That's a triple double to me.
She recorded 10 lap dances, 10 table dances,
10
private sessions.
Yeah, you know the vibes.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I respect it. I respect the hell out of it. You know what I'm saying?
My God.
She come out on the last one was like, that's 10, put it up on the board.
Baby, new record. They get their bra and panty set retired.
Hey, son. They got the Hall of Fame bucks. It's not even a face, it's just a titty.
We like to welcome you to the 2020 the Triple Hall of Fame class of 2020.
Then just the state, they got like actual like they actually cast them with distinguishable like beauty marks, their signature
They
outfits.
reveal the bust, and the girl looks, and then she go like this.
Hey son,
I am weak. It's
y'all's
be
going
like
to have like professional careers and shit. They're like realtors. They still getting being asked for autographs because they
it's
remember.
a Hall of Fame. It's a Hall of Fame full of beauty bus, and then they got a section dedicated for like greatest lap dances, and then they got a section dedicated for like greatest table dances.
Like, go ahead. She sell a house, and the husband's like, "Hey, listen, I know who you are. Can I have your autograph?"
Okay.
Oh man, that's fun. That's fun.
I'm done with this.
Did I tell you about how the other night we went out to Red Robin for my niece's birthday dinner?
I think so.
Fucking David Spade was my waiter.
Yeah, I remember that. You tell me that.
Then I tell you about how I was doing a job with Kinez one morning, and we ended up doing a job from Cuz that looked like dude from the Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
Oh yeah, you told me that.
Yeah, I don't know if I said it on air, but
You probably. I feel like you did.
probably. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe I'm
That's
Nonetheless, it was goddamn ridiculous. However, he did put one thing, implement one thing in my mind though. It's been lingering with me. He said, "Get you an LLC." Like the best way to, solidify yourself as some type of business entity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, you know what? I'm gonna look into that.
Yeah, we kind of gotta do that. Trademark the name.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like he just kept saying it like throughout the entire job. He just like, kept sporadically saying it. He was like, man, definitely get you an LLC. I'm telling you. If you have any type of idea, turn it into some type of business of some sort. Like, and I'm giving them the little like, customer service, like, oh yeah, sure, like definitely that's a heck of an idea. All the while I'm thinking, man, you don't shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
However, as soon as me and Kinez hopped in the truck, I was like, that shit's still ringing with me actually. Like, get an LLC.
Yeah.
So we need to look into that, bro. We're at that point of the evening. Final thoughts? I didn't have any last week, so I really got to bring the heat.
I don't think I had any last week either.
No, you did. That was what kept us going.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I don't remember what my final thoughts were last week. Yeah, I got a final thought. Always look to better yourself. Always be aware of like your flaws. If someone points them out to you, don't just be in denial of what's wrong with you. Like, you definitely gotta people gotta understand that they have you have toxic traits yourself too. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta really evaluate yourself. Like, don't be just so focused on what somebody else doing that you can't see what you messing up to. I can't stand people like that, because at my job, it's a lot of people that when you try to tell them that they doing something wrong, they just, like, you don't know what you talk about. But then somebody else tell them, it's like, dang, somebody else told me that. Like, yeah, I'm trying to help you. Now you about to get fired.
Say you're about to get fired. Real shit. Actually,
You can't be nice to everybody. People don't know how to receive kindness. I
yeah, sure. I actually have two final thoughts. Number one, as I said in the front end of this episode, happy birthday, Mac. Kenny, what's your favorite Mac Miller song?
Favorite Mac Miller song is so many.
I know.
I'm going to go In the Morning.
I'm not going to lie to you. Until What's the Use came out, In the Morning was my favorite Mac Miller song. Oh my God, I love that beat. I love that beat so much. How to utilize the blinker sound as a metronome? Mac's rhyme scheme in that song to juxtapose the melody.
Fun fact, that song, you played it for me, was my real introduction into Mac Miller, other than Donald Trump.
I am so glad I introduced you or reintroduced you to Mac Miller. Because Donald Trump, if we're being completely honest, is probably Mac Miller's worst song. And
yeah, and I
I
heard Donald Trump, and I was like, it's all right. But then I heard that, and I was like, oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, wait a minute.
Honestly, because you said Donald Trump was terrible, my first introduction should have been Pittsburgh. Off the strip that he just absolutely destroys.
Like, and then what happened, like, after you played In the Morning for me, I saw a couple of his freestyles on, like, on Power 106 or whatever it was.
Oh, Kenneth loves his freestyle.
I was like,
ooh. Because the thing is that if you hear any of his radio freestyles, 9 times out of 10, it was from when he was younger. It was pre-Blue Slide Park. Because after Blue Slide Park, that's what, like I said, that's when everything changed for him. Like, the criticism he received for the album really stepped up his game as an artist in a good way and in a bad way. Because in a good way, it caused him to really broaden his horizons and step out of his comfort zone as far as his sound went. And that's when he started to get the experimental sounds that ends up being macadelic. So not only that, though, the criticism affected him because it felt like they were attacking not the album, but him as an artist. Because the one thing that he wanted you to take seriously about him was his music. It was an extension of himself. So to receive that type of criticism, he kind of took it to heart, and it caused him to start, drinking lean, doing all experimenting with drugs and things of that nature. However, it also compounded the no junk, no soul addict. And if there's anything that Mac didn't do, he was going to rap his ass off in anything. So it's like, that's the one thing I appreciate about him the most. That's why he was my favorite rapper, because no matter where he went artistically, he gave you bars. You know what I'm saying?
And I seen some stuff, like, this is not about Mac. This is about some, like, I watched the Arsenal interview on Breakfast Club, and they were just disrespecting Cassidy. Like, bro, don't be acting like Cassidy ain't a battle rap legend.
Motherfucker, did you see that battle?
Yeah, I saw it was good.
You saw the clips? You no longer have a say.
I saw it was good.
His career's over. It's over.
Bro, he didn't even do that bad, bro. Like, they tried to make it seem like he was horrible.
Oh, from what I saw, he sounded very outdated. Very outdated. Like he never improved. He never like reinvented himself in any type of way. Like he's still the same Cassidy from '04, and that's a no-no. You need to progress as an artist.
He ain't an artist. He's not a rapper.
You need to progress as that as well if you're going to try to stay on top, because there are going to be young cats that can give you more complex bars that people are going to actually enjoy more and digest better than what you throwing out. It's all about where the landscape goes after a certain point in time. There's always going to be somebody that pioneers a change in the landscape in anything, whether it's music, sports, anything of that sort. So you have to find, where you fit in that first and foremost. And then you got to figure out how to make that shit work. That's how Jay-Z has longevity, because Jay-Z has managed to Jay-Z every era of hip hop that he's been involved in.
I'm not talking about progressing. I'm talking about him being a legend. Just because he's old don't mean he's not a legend.
Well, if you're going to be a legend, stop doing what you're doing and take that legend status gracefully. Because doing what you're doing is doing nothing but watering down your legacy.
I don't think Cassidy lost that battle. I think he had bars.
Because you were an honorary Philly nigga. That's why.
I think he had bars, and I think that niggas just wasn't listening to the bars. They was worried about him sounding how he sounded and not listening to the bars.
Hey, the crowd exposed.
The same thing that people are trying to do to Eminem right
now. Nah, Eminem's washed, bro. Like, we get it. He can rhyme anything in a dictionary. He will destroy you in a battle. But it's like, we don't feel like listening to his music anymore.
And that's the problem. Y'all want to hear his hubba, hubba, lala, daba, daba, daba.
Oh, I don't want to hear none of that shit either.
That's what you like 21? 21.
No, that's different. 21 actually has bars, believe it or not.
No, he don't.
Yes, he does.
What bar he got?
Believe it or not. Like I said, here's my thing, Kenny. I don't listen to anybody that doesn't have bars, because bar is a must in hip hop for me.
But you don't listen to Trippie Redd.
You said what?
But you don't listen to Trippie Redd.
Because I'm not going to listen to a motherfucker sing
Trippie Redd has bars
to fucking trap beats all day. I'm over
Red
that.
has bars. So you don't listen to Post Malone.
I will punch you in your face if you ever ask me that question again. Don't you dare disrespect me like that.
Post Malone got bangers though.
Man, shut up.
Have you listened to Beer?
Well, what's next? You ask me if I listen to Flow Rider. You want to end this podcast, don't you?
No, I said, have you listened to Beer Bongs and Bentleys from Post Malone?
Kenny, I've listened to a song from Beer Bongs and Bentleys, and I never want to hear that song ever again.
What song did you hear?
Rockstar.
No.
And aforementioned 21 Savage is on that song, and I still hate that song.
No, you don't listen to Rockstar. That's the one that's on the radio. You listen to the album. He got 3 dope albums. Stony is a dope album.
Fall Apart bullshit sucks.
Huh?
That Fall Apart bullshit sucks. Anything he's featured in sucks.
No, oh my gosh, you gotta listen.
He's not good.
You have to listen. You have to listen to the album.
He's like a terrible white Danny Brown.
Post Malone got bangers.
I'm not listening to goddamn Post Malone.
That's 3. He's put out 3 dope albums.
I can't stress enough how fucked up you got me.
Oh my god. You want to talk about outdated? You won't try nothing new.
I'll try something new if that's just dope. But if that shit ain't dope,
dope.
It's not dope. It's not.
It is. Trippie Redd is dope.
Trash.
Young Dolph is dope.
Oh yeah, Dolph is dope. Dolph is dope.
Kevin
I
Gates
fuck
is
with
dope.
You said who?
Kevin Gates is dope.
I tried to get into Kevin Gates. I thought Kevin Gates was my cup of tea, but Kevin Gates for me is like Saha the Prince. It's like I know he's dope as shit, but it's just not my cup of tea per se, and I couldn't tell you how or why. If we're being honest, I just don't.
The
really
Baby is dope.
Like if you played a song by them, I would like listen to it and like rock with that joke and acknowledge the fact that like he spat some shit, but I'm not going to listen to it alone. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. The baby is dope.
I fuck with the Baby heavy. You know what I'm saying?
The
Baby, honestly, the Baby is probably front running that new generation as far as bars go because that mug be spitting, and he has a flow that like lot of people say sounds a lot like Migos, but it's slightly different, even though he uses it heavily, and it's like a niche flow. He be murdering shit with it.
YBN Cordae is dope.
Oh yes, he is. I told you he earned my stamp of approval. He definitely because anytime I hear a motherfucker with like initials in their rap name. You know what I'm saying? Like NBA Youngboy, shit like that. Like I immediately think this motherfucker is garbage, basura. And turns out, listen, the Lost Boy is an amazing album.
I told you.
You steered me in the right direction on that one. That is an amazing album.
I was like, God damn it, go listen to it.
And hands down, Way Back Home is easily my favorite song on that album.
My favorite song. Mac and cheese up in the oven, grandma finished cooking. Thanksgiving round the corner, need banana pudding. So I was like, oh my God.
That jump with Anderson .Paak. That's my brother's favorite jump.
Yes.
And they both kill that jump.
Anderson .Paak is dope.
Yeah, I love Anderson
.Paak, bro.
I love his voice. I love Anderson .Paak's voice. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a very smoky voice. I really enjoy it. Like,
and then he had
rap,
Smokey on a song with him, bro.
With that voice.
He had Smokey on a song with him. Do you wanna make it better? That's Smokey doing the vocals in the background.
Is it?
Yeah. Do you wanna stay together? That's Smokey doing the background vocals.
Oh, on Ventura.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I know what song
you're talking about. And it's easier to walk away.
That's a legend, dog. I love Smokey Robinson, bro.
Smokey a beast. We were watching his.
And you know what's crazy because like my mom probably put me on like maybe one Smokey Robinson song, and it caused me to like go back on his catalog. It's like, yo, Quiet Storm is just the surface. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, there have been many a song sampled out of Much Better Off. And particularly the part where he goes, your love is good.
Smokey a beast, boy. And then on top of that, not only do he have his own hits, he wrote other niggas' hits.
Yeah.
That nigga said, oh my goodness.
Smokey the God, man. Like, I'll tell you what.
Smokey a beast, man.
Kayla's baby mama's dad was like Smokey Robinson. That shit funny. He a cool motherfucker, too. He was cool, too. Like, I kind of want to be like him.
Bruh. I want to love I can see. Didn't he write that too? Who wrote that?
More than likely. I wouldn't be surprised if he did. However, to get to my second thought, I actually saw a tweet that, somebody was asking, is your upbringing like a reason for how you are in relationships? And somebody was like, buddy, your upbringing is the reason why you are who you are. That's one of the things that stuck with me. However, another thing that stuck with me, somebody tweeted, somebody said that your love language is what you were deprived of growing up, and that should hit home with me. And I've been thinking about that all day. Like, it's just food for thought. You know what I'm saying? Like, you think about what your love language is, and then you got to ask yourself exactly how was I deprived of that growing up, and then you like really think about it and go back and think about the times where you could have used that but didn't receive it. Maybe that shaped you the way you are today. You know that, and being somebody that one day wants to have a family, these are a lot of things that I really keep in mind because more or less I go to therapy because of how I was brought up. Not only that, but the things that has traumatized me in my personal life, not just with my family, but outside in the real world as well, like life experiences and such. That's the other half of therapy. But I take heed in all that and hopes that I am a much better parent than I am with not only both my parents, but I've always competed with both my brothers. So I kind of want to outparent them too. And if we're being honest, it's a tall order because my brothers are damn good fathers. So I just hope to be able to raise a child not only stably with somebody that I love, because that is another thing that is underrated in our community. Like, our children are being raised out of love. And that's something that our generation needs to change, especially now that we're at the age where we're having children. We really need to change that narrative that, we have these kids and it's just all arguments, spitefulness, and child support. We have to break that cycle. It's got to happen because we can't acknowledge the fact that now we know that we're older and we're adults, how our families have traumatized us in any way, shape, or form. And we would be stupid to know that and try not to break that cycle. It's all about making the world a better place, and where it starts is at the people. And how in the hell are we going to make this world a better place if we're not making better people? That's my final thought of the evening. Bring it on home, Kenny.
Okay. That being said, my name is Kenneth Whitaker, aka Henry Stone, the original of the Millennial Falcon. You know what? I was sitting up the other day, and I actually miss Han.
Oh God, where the fuck we go? Yeah.
He was the Joker to my Batman.
Yeah. I'm over the Han talk. Okay, Kenny?
The beef never dies. AKA the last Black Jedi.
All right, over it.
Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering.
Well, I be suffering every time you reference Han Solo.
I remember me and Han used to race each other to see who would get the first paycheck of the evening.
I'm gonna start charging you $1 for every time you mention Han Solo during your AKs.
Me and Solo used to. Oh, I forgot what was that. AKA the Black Hot Rod. Just when they think they have all the answers, I change the questions. You know what to do.
I got Nike plaid socks on. They're elite. Plaid Nike Elite socks. You know what I'm saying? Dipset moccasins. Let's go.
I bought a chick over for haggis, and I showed her what it really was.
Go on,
She
man.
still ate it because she's down for the team.
My God, I just drank half a cup of wine, and you're gonna mention haggis?
Haggis.
Oh God, don't do that.
Hey. Not your man, I'm a sinner. Yeah, see, I know what you've been thinking about me, G. And I know what you're asking yourself. Not your man? Yes. How can you keep doing what you do so well? I'll tell you. I just gear up and keep on pushing, yeah. But you know, it's not always easy to just move along and do what you gotta do. Oh, no. You always have some kind of obstacle. So the natural man will means you. There is no obstacle that can hold the natural man down yet. So because you think that the natural man doesn't know what's going on, I know very well what's going on. People like to say that I'm a crazy and all that, you know. I've just got a few screws loose, yeah. But I got just enough screws to kick the hole out of my house with my left foot all the way down. And I don't care if there's a hole in her blouse. Oh, yeah. Carlos is doing things that he should not have be doing right now.
Fuck you! I'm drugging. I need to level out.
Oh no, Devontae Adams just cooked Richard Sherman. Oh my God. Okay. Hey.
Now we laughed about this earlier tonight. This is really happening.
Yeah, he just gave him a mean move. He just sprinted past him. Oh, Sherman now, aka Mr. Go Slick Vodka. Did your dad have any regular size clothes, or did you only shop at Baby Gap? He tried to put his dad's shirt on, bro, with that little tight clothes.
He played with them though. Like Seth was playing with everyone the entire movie.
That man don't care, bro.
Just toying with everyone's livelihoods, even at like the face of death.
Oh man, aka the very sexual, the very tight.
Very tight, yes.
Austin Powers Faja.
Wait, it's Faja?
That is Faja.
Oh.
I don't know. I was thinking. I like animals. Maybe that'd be a vet. An evil vet.
How the fuck you be an evil vet, dog?
An evil vet.
He takes care of sharks with freaking lasers attached to their freaking heads.
You mean I actually have sharks with freaking laser beams attached to their freaking heads? Cool.
Whoa.
Again, Vince McMahon, yeah. Now that you know that I'm totally in control and I've gotten enough juice in my system from you know what I said earlier. Yeah. People are understand that as long as I got a lifetime supply of stacker tubes and me and Paul are working out in the gym together, you people are gonna see Vincent Kennedy Black Man clanging and banging just like The Rock does at 2 in the morning. But I created The Rock and Hulk Hogan and High Chief BMIVI and Don Morocco and Jimmy Superfly Snuka, all the muscle bound freaks that you people enjoy. They're mine. And I have the blueprint where, Carlos?
In your office.
In my office. So just when you think that I've had enough and I don't have another run, I pull in my Roy drawer and pull out stacker twos, and I proceed to have the entire wrestling world in the palm of my hands. and inside my veins.
Sensation.
All right. God damn it.
Sensation.
Let's bring it on home. I am Carlos Crawford, a.k.a. Chin Music Charlie. They say that me bringing you in as an insurance policy. Sorry, the attitude there, Kenny. What do you think?
Yeah. Hey, Bischoff.
Sounds about right. A.k.a. Thick Blair. I spent more money on spilt booze with Harley Dean last Sunday night than you've made in the last 6 months. That's right. A.k.a. Snack Miller. Ooh, don't trip. See, I was in the whip, riding me and my bitch. We was listening to us, no one else. That's it. That's a flex, just a bit. Let me talk my shit. Say my hand got bit. Ooh. A.k.a. Gelato Graham. You know that iconic pic of me smoking that cigar in my locker room after the championship game? I wrote it myself. It was just the size of a cigar. How the kids say it these days, you know the vibes. A.k.a. Haystack West. You know, I'm not gonna lie, Moose. I didn't think we could pull it off so easy, but that was pretty fucking easy. Viva la revolución! 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 Da na na na! Viva la revolución!
You, my friend, are such an asshole.
3 anarchist motherfuckers trying to get the country to turn on each other right after we shut that shit down to begin with, and I'm the asshole? Wow, Moose. Wow. Let's get these fuckers back to the home base.
Asshole.
I'm not. Ladies and gentlemen, that was episode 70. What? 74?
Yeah, 74. I think so.
You know what? I had every intention on doing the porn star bracket for the 75th episode. You know what I'm saying? It makes perfect sense that we do our 75th episode, which is close to 100, which the 5th episode always being our bracket episode every 10 episodes, being a large field of porn stars. However, I don't have the patience to set it up. So, what are we doing for 75, Kenny?
I don't know. It's hard to think about something without being boring. Did we do greatest quarterback of all time already?
We did greatest team.
Let's do greatest quarterback.
Greatest quarterback?
Yeah.
Don't mind if I do. Ooh, you know what?
Field of 32.
Do we want to do greatest quarterback or greatest halfback? Nah, greatest quarterback. Halfback's too deep.
Running back's too deep.
Yeah. We'd be here all night.
And it come down between Peyton and Barry Sanders. Like,
people be upset if Tom Brady doesn't make it to the finals. Oh, get ready to get pissed, ladies and gentlemen. I will do everything in my power to prevent that shit. I'm going to give Tom Brady the toughest fucking trip to the finals ever. He's going to go against the likes of Joe Montana, Otto Graham, fucking Peyton Manning, goddamn Johnny Unitas, fucking Dan Fouts, Dan Marino.
the bad thing is he's better than all those people you named.
And I'm going to tell you why he isn't. Matter of fact, on this day in 2002, I became a Tom Brady hater, Kenny. That's right. Today is the 18-year anniversary of the Tuck Rule game. Fuck Tom Brady. And that's from the bottom of my cholesterol-filled charcoal heart.
Speaking of Tom Brady, Garoppolo looking like Brady a little bit on this drive.
I mean, he had to learn something in New England.
Also, whoever Raheem Morstead, he got like 4 touchdowns. He's cooking now.
Hey, it is what it is. All right, episode 74. We're off this.
We out.